This is Josiah Plays Tyranny. And we're talking to this horde and these stone shields, and there's a little bit of a conflict and a little bit of a conflagration starting up, and maybe even a little bit of a con job. I'm not really sure. I have to consider the options, and then I will come to a conclusion. To a conclusion, Josiah? To a conclusion. We'll find out. Fatebinder, can you hear me out? I'm being accosted by the disfavored thugs. Upon noticing Verse, he blinks and regards her with a respectful nod. Don't make the Fatebinder complicit in your theft. Disfavored army is the property of the Legion. It's not yours to loot, and by Graven Ash I will cut you down if you even try to leave with that relic. In a conference, that's right. I don't see this ending without bloodshed. Why not let me settle the matter and take the burden off your shoulders? And by the burden, I mean his head. What's there to settle? The little wretch is stealing. You might think so, but I'm willing to let the Fatebinder decide. You should too, unless you have no respect for the adjudicator's justice. Is that what you're saying? 'Cause if it is... Enough! The disfavored warrior rears back a balled fist before hesitating, sensing her lapse, and awkwardly returning her hand to her side. If the choice is to adjudicate or fight, then I too will abide by the Fatebinder's decree. Alright, I'll talk to the choirman. Start from the beginning. You got it, boss. So, Deathnell and her gang are rounding the river, looking for a fight. We hear commotion, we hear scout whistles, we run to see what's going on. Next thing we know, we're on top of some Vendrian guard. They just clobbered another gang that was in the area. We had no idea another patrol was out. Anyway, the Oathbreakers were high off their victory, and stood their ground when we rushed them. Their mistake, right? Long story short, the fight got out of hand and there wasn't much left to recruit into our gang, so we helped ourselves to their gear. That's when I found this little piece of work. He rubs his hand across the blue surface of the helmet. The disfavored soldiers wince at the gesture. Thought I'd do the proper thing and offer to sell it back to the disfavored. So I made the hike over here, and rather than claiming my finder's fee, I got accosted. I'll ask Verse what she thinks. What do you think of his story? It checks out. The disfavored treat their armor like a second skin. Some of them even sleep in it. She shudders. Some of them even shit in it. Right, Barrick? Then again, some of them don't have a choice. She smirks up at Barrick. If the Legion soldiers want to get themselves whipped up in an emotional frenzy over cold iron, that's their problem. This fighter claims fair spoils from the enemy. The helmet ought to be his, unless someone stronger steps forward to take it. She smiles and cracks her knuckles. Instead of selling the helm back to the disfavored, why not keep it for yourself? First off, the helmet fits me as well as a bucket over an apple. Fucking tearsman, lousing up our iron. Keep testing me and I'll use this as a mobile latrine. He shakes his head at the soldiers, waiting for their protests to die down. Y'all shut your cock scabbards now. As I was saying, the helmet fits me poorly, and I'd rather have the rings to barter for a better blade. Besides, it seems in poor taste to wear disfavored colors. How can you prove that you claimed the helmet from the enemy and didn't steal it from the quartermaster? Well, if you want this dispute to stretch on for the next fortnight, I can gather the statements from every member of my gang who witnessed the battle, but something tells me that none of us have the time to bicker over the details. She sighs. That won't be necessary. We don't dispute how the iron fell into his hands anyway, and I'm sure we have more important matters to occupy our attention during the siege. I'm not going to say number 3, my character wouldn't say that. Anything else to say that might help your case? His mouth twists into a pensive scowl. His cock scabbard twists into a pensive scowl. Hashtag pensive cock scabbard. That shit trending. Well, unlike my peers here, who seem unwilling to share, if I'm allowed to sell this, I'd of course tie it to the court, like a proper ally. Shameless cur. If Blood and Mark were in earshot, he'd have your tongue for insulting the court. I have further questions. What's your argument here? To the disfavored. It's a disfavored helmet, and therefore belongs to the Legion. What else needs to be said? The warrior shrugs, looking to her comrades. I know the chorus are routinely undersupplied, but we're not to blame for their lack of resourcefulness. They recruit too many to arm and feed, and we suffer for their slack. So when this fucker shows up trying to sell one of our helmets back to us, well, you could say me and the band were a bit insulted. Though she addresses you, her gaze stays locked on the choirman. I don't want to make this more of a problem than it already is. The chorus rat is free to return the helmet, with our gratitude, and never come back. Any thoughts, shit churro? The big soldier clears his throat and stands tall before his countrymen. Traditionally, iron weapons and arms go to the Legion. It's only practical. We are the more suited to wield them, and as true Northerners, we can be trusted with the finest items of the forge. The chorus is packed full of former enemies, the untrustworthy, ungrateful sons and daughters of fallen realms. Half of them will die in their first battle, and the rest will defect back to their homelands at the first opportunity. Arming them is a waste of effort. He makes a dismissive wave to the choirman. Let them sharpen tree branches or boat hooks. Save the elite gear for the elite soldiers. That is our way. Listen, guy who couldn't fucking taunt a fly. Don't get too lippy with all your eliteness. The only thing you're elite at is stanking. Yeah, Kairos' decree that everyone should get their shit together or die has not gotten people to work together very well, obviously. It's never enough that we bend the knee and pledge our lives to Kairos, is it? We need to constantly prove ourselves to you ironclad dimwits and get nothing for our trouble. I'm sure there's an extra helmet or two in camp. Why pick a fight over this one? We're not just talking about that one helmet here, Binder. It's the principle, the precedent. Graven Ash demands that we honor and preserve our relics of battle. That helmet belongs on a legionnaire's head, or on the hearth of that warrior's next of kin. It sounds like the one at fault was the warrior who died in battle and let the enemy seize his helmet. I mean. The warrior shrugs with a wry smile. Don't blame me for your backwards northern traditions. See this? What are we to make of such blatant disrespect? Just because we are allies doesn't mean we should suffer someone whose sole intent is to enrage and offend. Did you offer him anything else in exchange? The disfavored soldier stares at you blankly. I take that as a no. An exchange would be as insulting to the Legion as a transaction of rings. Even more so. Every piece of equipment here is intended for Graven Ash's Northern Legion, not the rabble who squat and wrestle for the voice's delight. Yeah, dead guy, you should have made sure your helmet didn't get stolen. Exactly, Sighted. Well, you should have made sure he didn't die. Look, when you have a magical healing energy from your boss that constantly heals you, and you're wearing the best armor and the finest weapons literally in the world, if you die, you must be some kind of fucking scrub. Honestly, you have every fucking advantage. And you have the best training in the world. So you have every advantage. If you get killed with all that, you deserve to get your helmet taken. You just deserve to get your helmet shit in. Just saying. Nobody offered, but the only iron I seek is in the form of rings. Take it or leave it. Anything else to say that might help your case? Well, I think it's worth noting that we haven't touched a hair on his head. I'm not saying that we won't bash his face in for the insult and presumption he threw in ours. But up to this point, we've shown incredible restraint. This motherfucker's itching to get slapped in the cock scabbard, if you know what I mean. Hashtag slapped in the cock scabbard. Aren't they a generous bunch? What you're saying is that we should steal from dead American soldiers. If we're at war, yeah. Look, if you're in a situation where you're fighting against the enemies of America or whatever, which apparently is everyone. If you're fighting against them in a war, and then there's a battlefield and there's dead American soldiers there, and they have gear that you could use to keep fighting that war, shit, yeah, you take it. Shit, yeah, you take it. And if they want to come ask for it back or whatever, then I guess they can. I mean, then there's not much you can do at that point, but take it. I have further questions. Be my guest. Let's be done with this annoyance sooner rather than later. May I see that helmet? He gives you a long, quiet nod before thrusting the helmet into your hands. Fine, but give it back when you're done with it. I'm going to inspect the helmet, guys. Battered and corroded, the helmet is chipping along the left parietal and rust blossoming all about. It's likely been separated from anyone who knows the first thing about maintaining iron equipment for many weeks. While few could sense slight difference in weight, this seemingly standard-issue stone shield helmet is a superior piece. Not as ornate as the helmets made for the Iron Guard, this is nonetheless a rare piece of forge work, the type reserved for commanders and veterans of 30 or more years. Honestly, fuck 'em. I'm the conquering barbarian king. Fuck 'em. I'm keeping this. What a pile of pig shit! Why should any of us let you take it? Because you can't stop me. Binder, you've either got nerves of bronze or brains of pudding. You're trying to rob us. What makes you think you'll succeed? Oh, dude. It's athletics time. Cracking the knuckles. Am I deaf, or did you just threaten an agent of Tunon? Okay. You're more noting how American soldiers, by and large, are better equipped and trained relative to most of their foes, as the disfavored are to others. Right. Exactly. So if they get killed, given all those advantages, they deserve to have their shit taken. No, I mean, I'm just saying they're making a big deal out of one fucking helmet. The guy got killed. His shit is no longer his. If the Legion wanted to claim the fallen gear from their fallen allies, they should have done that shit on the battleground. Not get mad later after the fact because somebody else got it. The soldier blinks and chooses her words with care. Shit. Is death a good answer? I choose death. Whichever one doesn't end up with my corpse hung from the banners of Tudon's court. I knew he was here to break up the siege, but I didn't expect he was here to fuck everyone over like we were the enemy. He shakes his head and leaves. That's what you guys get. I'm the conquering king. I'm gonna rule these lands, son. I'm gonna rule them. It's a shitty helm, of course. I'm just gonna sell it to the fucking vendor, but... all that about how it was a special helm, a rare piece of forge work. It belonged to a decorated veteran or officer. Such a big deal. And I'm just gonna take that fucking thing and sell it to the first vendor. I'll sell it right now. Sell it right now to Sterling Hagnon. Hey, and I'm gonna even talk about selling it really loudly so they can hear me. Hey, Sterling Hagnon, I've got a helmet to sell you. This helmet right here, I'm gonna sell it to you right now. Fuck 'em. Think about it. What if it wasn't your helmet, but your blanket or your towel? Would it be cool? What if I'm dead? If I'm dead, I don't give a shit what happens to my shit. Guard nods in your direction. Graven Ash protects. Pentabore. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Light leather helm is obviously an iron disfavored helm. Such irony. Didn't even sell for a single iron ring. I know, right? What a shit piece. That's who you'll be from now on. Shit piece. Take these potions. You guys seen that Transformers video? Oh my god, it's so funny. Who the fuck is this Autobot? Alright, hold on. Hellspar, Sevius, yeah. Training. We gotta do training before we do anything else. Lucia and Marcus. Marcus and Lucia. You know that if you die without a towel or blanket, you go to the Lake of Fire. Yeah, that's true. You got a good point there. In the Forgotten Realms, if you die without a towel or blanket, you go straight to the Wall of the Faithless. Wait. Welcome back, Fatebinder. Lucia here was just mentioning that... Only because you asked. That you've been a real asset to the disfavored ever since you arrived. Not that anyone expected different. He beams at you with pride. What can we do for you? I need some training. I need some... Oh, I'm already too good at one-handed weapons. Fine, I'll take some parry. We need some more parry right here. And Lantry needs some dodge. Lantry needs to train some dodge. Need to train some fucking dodge. Okay, cool, thanks. Glad we could have this talk. Let's see what's going on with Hellspar and Sevius. Nothing. Let's see what's going on with Iron Marshal Arenios. We killed her in our last playthrough. Nothing. Let's turn this quest into Isotanis, maker of fine gloves. A blanket statement. Nice, Nox. Because it's not evil. It's part of the afterlife. It's part of the balance of things. It's not like everybody just goes to the Wall of the Faithless. You're supposed to have faith in something and live a life according to that and go to one of the gods. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? Besides, it's not just any Tom, Dick, or Harry that gets thrown in the Wall of the Faithless. It's like assholes. I mean, it seems a lot less cruel to me than the Christian conception of afterlife for people that didn't bow their knee just the right way. Eternal suffering in a pit of fire? That's way worse than the Wall of the Faithless. Just saying. Hashtag LOL Christian Hell. Have you found the iron yet? Isotanis gives you a look full of expectation. Here it is. Good thing the Oathbreakers didn't get their hands on much. I can't tell you what it means to have this back in our hands. I'll make sure to tell my superior about what you've done for the Legion. Need something else? I'd like to see your wares. Let's see them wares. Forge-bound iron, forge-bound iron. Don't need any of this stuff at all. Don't have anything to sell at all. Okay. Basically a Borg soul. Return the shipment to Isotanis in the disfavored camp. Okay, so I've now completed all the quests except for going back to Ash's tent. Going back to Cali. I mean Ash's tent. Well, I guess it's time for a save, because shit's about to jump off. A wall which collects all the souls together into one seething mass. A seething mass of evil asshole souls. How could that ever go wrong? Exactly, Saito. It's basically foolproof. Foolproof. Make a save file. Alright, let's go. What's up, Ironwalkers? The only good Oathbreaker is a flayed Oathbreaker, no matter what the chorus says. See, they're pretty evil, dude. Honestly, if you've ever flayed anyone, you're an evil person. I don't care. I don't care what reason you had. If you flayed a person, you're evil. Well, at least you used to be evil. You were certainly evil at the time you flayed a person. I'm not saying a person who flayed a person couldn't later find redemption in some sense and deeply change and become a good, kind-hearted soul. I'm saying that at the time they were flaying a motherfucker, they were evil.
You don't give these Oathbreakers enough credit. Even beasts can begin to see the patterns in your... Fuck. Even beasts can begin to see the patterns in your simpleton strategies.
If there's any pattern to my strategies, it's one of relentless victory. The Tearsmen excel at deception, but falter at a fair fight. Probably explains why you surround yourself with them.
But who's been more deceitful than your second, Cairn? And wasn't he the expert on siege warfare? What's your plan for dealing with the walls now? Standing pyramid?
The Archon of Stone was punished for his actions. If you want to talk guilt by association, I would be happy to hold you accountable for the collective crimes of the Chorus. And any disfavored warrior can take 10 of these Hills folk with a fruit knife. Properly armed, it's not even fair.
Except for when they die and lose their helmet, you mean? You know, I keep hearing all these stories about how the disfavored are so great and so tough and so awesome, and then I also keep hearing all these stories about disfavored getting their asses kicked. So, which is it? Alright, we're back in Ash's tent. We're gonna quick save. We're gonna talk to... who's that? Just random Earthshaker guy. Scarlet Fury. Fifth Eye is here, that crazy motherfucker. Alright, let's talk to these people.
How can we trust your rabble not to turn at this last moment? How many of your conscripts have family bonds to the Vendrian Guard? It is decided. The disfavored will take the vanguard of the assault. It is the only way to assure success before the edict comes to pass.
Graven Ash's roar pulses your eardrums, his face reddening as he yells. I'm surprised he's not slamming his fucking maul thing into the ground.
Oh, you're so young. We can forgive you for being stupid. Without your Archon of Stone to bring down those walls, you're out of your element. Only the Chorus has the numbers required to swarm the walls from all sides. We will lead the vanguard of this battle.
Yeah, I don't think I want to know what the inside of the Voices of Nerat's tent looks like, for serious.
The best the Chorus could accomplish would be leaving a ramp-shaped pile of corpses propped up against the walls for my warriors to use.
Ooh, them
Their
fighting words.
fortifications are not a concern. Even understaffed, my Earthshakers could breach the masonry in short order.
Or could they? Here's my question. If you guys can do all this awesome shit, why haven't you gone and done it? Just saying.
Another brilliant idea. Cairn's cult is, we're sure, every bit as trustworthy and sane as the late Archon of Stone himself. You did notice the spire at the center of the citadel? Hard to miss it, being only the tallest thing on the horizon and such. Certainly your Earth mages won't do anything stupid like, say, breaking the spire's foundation. What could possibly go wrong?
The Voices of Nerat lazily twirls his scepter. Alright, we've read about Cairn. The disfavored who get creamed are the same ones that joked about Ash's mall pounding or asked him to sit in the middle of camp and ask everyone what presents they want, like a mall Santa. Nice. You hear the voices in your head.
We love saying that name, Cairn, just to watch him squirm. Graven Ash had so much hair back before he met us.
I trust them more than I trust your circus of rapists, sellswords, and turncoat tearsmen.
Archon Ash turns his head, and upon seeing you in the tent, relaxes his posture.
Tunon's Fatebinder has arrived.
The war tent falls silent, and all eyes turn to you, expectantly.
Done bickering?
Us? Never. How else will we keep each other at the top of our crafts?
The Archon of War lets out a long sigh as he rubs his forehead in irritation.
Our operations in Echo Call Crossing and Trip Nettle Wilderness were successful. Why aren't you two marching toward Ascension Hall?
Why is it my so-called allies are more willing to belittle than to assist? The Vendrian Guard have been the least of my headaches in this damned valley. Now that we are all assembled, I want reports. The Scarlet Chorus was going to resolve the Oathbreaker presence in the Outer Valley. What became of that?
Handled.
Yes, what did become of that? We should know already, yet we do not. If we are not mistaken, the Fatebinder played a pivotal role in this operation. Fifth Eye, shed light on this baffling question.
Okay, hold up. A pivotal role? A pivotal role. No, if by a pivotal role you mean did everything, then sure.
The Fatebinder did indeed assist the chorus, in a fashion. The Oathbreakers were cut down, but the Fatebinder's wrath spared none, and Captain Pellox Florian was not taken alive, much to our disappointment. The Fatebinder seems to have applied disfavored justice to Florian. Such a waste.
And look what showing them mercy has done for us. My scouts report seeing chorus thugs fleeing your camp, defecting back to the enemy. They are abusing your mercy, and you either don't notice or don't care. The former is negligence, the latter is treachery.
Sudden yawn time.
I was asked to lend a warrior's hand, and did just that. Be grateful or be silent.
Iron Marshal, I understand we've established a foothold across the Matani. Report.
Dude, I basically just told Graven Ash to shut his cock scabbard.
Securing the Matani was a gruesome affair. An agent of the School of Tide still lives, and the river was turned against us. Despite our losses, the day ended in success at Echo Call Crossing, though victory came at great cost. In securing the riverfront, it was discovered that the denizens of Echo Call Village were in the possession of stolen iron. Fuckers used our own arms against us. We, of course, put the village to the torch, and the Fatebinder wisely backed our claim to show them the price of resistance. Our victory pyre burns on the horizon for all to see. A few of them got away, but their leader, Captain Matani Sybil, did not. Our spies tell us she was one of the founding members of this insurrection. Her death will no doubt dishearten the Oathbreakers.
One less noble scion of Apex with delusions of relevance. Good riddance.
Yeah, fuck those noble scions.
Have we forgot why we marched south in the first place? Are we to rule over a sea of corpses? Have you any idea how difficult it is to tax dead people? Your treatment of the locals is short-sighted. We alone follow the commandments of the Overlord.
Been putting paid to people. I love when you put putting paid in your little journal entry and had a little note written to it. Need to use that phrase more. That was amazing. Okay. As if to emphasize his words with the conductor's wand, the voices of Narat flourishes his jeweled scepter in the air. You hear the voices in your head.
This is absurd. We aim to bring mercy and peace, while Ash remains fixated on ruthless slaughter. We take the noble path of tolerance, acceptance, forgiveness toward the enemy, while the disfavored would happily see every tearsman in a grave or a cage. And yet, we're seen as the wicked, troublesome one.
Safely assume Kairos wants some bloodshed. Honor the chorus. We're going with number 3. Fuck him.
Oh, so Kairos commanded you to be an insufferable ass at every turn? If so, good job.
Oh, if our mannerisms offend your sensibilities, dear Fatebinder, then good. We do not want or need your love.
I'm gonna kill you later in the game, just so you know.
Enough! If these are my allies, why bother with the enemy? Even the low-born Oathbreakers have the honor and decency to...
The Archon of War slams the maul to the ground. Here we go! Take a drink! With bone-rattling thud.
Oh, finish your thought, old chap. They have the honor and decency to... To what? To abide by some sort of deal you made with them?
The voices of the rat spins his scepter in the palm of his hands. You hear the voices in your head.
Can you not hear the treachery in his words? How can we be sure he hasn't been stalling this whole campaign? His legion boasts of victory after victory, and yet these half-wit Oathbreakers suddenly give the disfavored pause.
Scowling at the Archon... He just picked Glare silently. Scowling at the Archon of Secrets, Graven Ash says nothing, his body heaving with agitation. I'll remain silent, because that's what I do.
Then the impasse is clear. We both wish for the honor of leading this final assault on the Vendrian Guard. Since Tunon is not here to select the rightful bearer of this honor, we must turn to the Archon's proxy.
With whom do you stand?
The voices in the rat's mask tilt sideways as he lurches forward, wagging his scepter at you. You hear the voices in your head.
Now is not the time for compromise. One of us will have the honor of completing this glorious conquest. We know you will choose wisely.
The tent grows quiet as the gathering looks to you in anticipation. I know that number 1 doesn't lead to anything good. I mean, they're not going to do it together anyway. Who do I dislike more with this character?
The disfavored will lead.
You honor us, as I knew you would. You have made the right choice. The disfavored have stood at the forefront of battle since the first days of the war, and now we have the honor of winning this final battle.
Graven Ash salutes you, his fist striking his breastplate with a thunderous clatter. Take a drink. How old is the voice in the rap, BT Dub? So they said he's hundreds of years old. They didn't specify exactly. But he's really fucking old. They said he's older than Graven Ash. He remembers when Graven Ash even became Archon. And he's not as old as Tunon, though. He's not as old as Tunon. They said Tunon is the oldest Archon. But, he's pretty fucking old.
Our beloved chorus! We have too many lives to protect. We can't allow your foolish decision to destroy us all!
A brilliant emerald green radiates from the Archon, and the clatter of a busy marketplace seems to fill the tent. The scepter he normally holds as a playful prop is now clutched as a bludgeon ready to strike. You hear the voices in your head.
No! We did not work so hard only to be denied our rightful glory in the end. You will die with the disfavored.
You would dare harm me and our guest from the court?
The air crackles with electricity as Graven Ash lifts his maul to strike. Apparently they're gonna stand and bang. Alright, well, that got awkward, know what I mean?
By Kairos' word, this means war! How did it come to this?
This isn't Fifth Eye laying here dead, right? I don't know what happened. I don't think it's Fifth Eye. You rouse to consciousness to the sight of Graven Ash swatting his hand toward the thinning green mist where the voices of Narat once stood moments ago.
We will have to take Ascension Hall without the chorus's help.
Yes, and instead of having false allies on our side, at least we can march on the Citadel knowing full well who is friend and foe.
Or can we?
It goes without saying. The disfavored need you now for this glorious battle. Please speak with the Iron Marshal. She will give you the specifics of our plan.
Farewell.
The Archon of Secrets left behind one of his spies. Perhaps we should send her back to her master in pieces.
Oh, hell no. Graven Ash narrows his eyes and points a finger at Verse. Barrick's armor makes a discordant sound of iron bending under pressure. Everyone assembled in the room looks at him. Oh, did he just take a shit? God damn it, Barrick.
Something to say, Barrick?
Ash passes his stone shield, a confused look.
Nothing at present, Archon. Forgive the interruption.
Barrick looks to you, with a vague hope in his otherwise impersonal stare. I could fucking kill Verse here? Let Verse go.
Verse is with me. You're in here with me.
You would harbor the Archon's henchmen in your company? This is aiding and abetting the voices of Narat. I cannot stand for it.
I don't give a fuck what you can stand for. Shut your cock scabbard, Ash.
You can and you will. She's necessary to my work, which puts her under the court's protection.
You are playing a dangerous game, Binder. If you wish to hold a venomous serpent so close, I will allow you your own self-destruction.
Motherfucker, I love venomous serpents. Have you seen my banner?
Now leave me. When you are ready to join the assault, speak to the Iron Marshal.
As the Iron Marshal just leaves. Iron Marshal is really tall. Alright. Assault on the Citadel. The attack on Vendrian's Well Citadel is underway, and the fate of the siege will soon be decided. Help Kairos' forces take the fortress and gain control of the valley. Speak with Iron Marshal. You have made your side known in the confrontation you witnessed between the two Archons. Speak with Iron Marshal near the training grounds to begin the assault. Alright. Our find yourself facing a Lord of the Edge. Did I ever read my... I read my biography with this character, didn't I? I think I did. Yeah, last time I did. Alright, Graven Ash. Or GA, as I shall now call you.
I have important matters that require my attention. Speak with the Iron Marshal at the training grounds.
The trading fields, I mean. Alright, I'm outies. So now the chorus is mad at me. Fuck 'em.
On it.
Hey, the trainers are gone. What shit is this? Ah, there's the Iron Marshal. Oh, here's the trainers. We've actually never seen the camp in this state. In the ready to go to the assault state, because last time when we sided with the chorus here and we got kicked out of this camp. Immediately. We didn't get to see what was going on in this camp after the decision. The decision. The Desus Ion. look around. Hup, 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 hup. Isotoner gives no fucks. He's still over here making gloves. It warms my heart to arm in armor our soldiers and only the finest. He nods with pride. Hey, something else. Farewell. Strike the voices and fuck the chorus. Fa la 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 la. Kinda has too many syllables. Alright. Elspar, Sevius, and Iron Marshal Arrhenius. Time is upon us. Iron Marshal Arrhenius nods at you with a serene smile. We march on Vendrian's Well to show the Tearsmen the price of insurrection. She looks in either direction, surveying the movement of ironclad warriors readying for battle. Kairos' edict will soon come to bear, and we should move at once. Fatebinder, if you are willing, I could use your assistance. We are a tight-knit band, and while we are not outclassed, we are outnumbered. Will you march to battle with us? I'm not ready yet. She crosses her arms to the side. I gotta make her wait, a la Geralt. For a long moment she stares at you, her eyes barely visible within her helmet. Well, decide soon. We will leave in short order. I'm not ready yet because I want to talk to these other people. People. Anything else? You got anything new? Nope. Can I get any last minute training? I don't think nobody leveled up, so I can't get any training anyway, but it's an honor to have you take Vendrian's Well with us, Fatebinder. It's about time we took Vendrian's Well. Alright, I guess I'm ready, actually. I guess I'm ready. Save the game again. Boomy. Let's talk to the Arrhenios. I'll join you for this battle, but I'm not amused by this little fight between armies. Yeah, Annabelle's still waiting. Still waiting. She said, don't make me wait. The Overlord brings peace. Oh, the Overlord brings peace. This sort of disorder runs against the harmony Kairos gives us. We will answer for our actions in due time, but for now, our survival hinges on taking Ascension Hall. Killing the Scarlet Chorus is self-defense by any measure. Our forces are assembling as we speak. We will meet you at the Citadel. Graven Ash protects! She offers a firm salute. Fist to chest. Take a drink. Then turns to her troops. Alright, assault on the Citadel. Travel to Vendrian's Well Citadel and assist the disfavored with their assault. Oh god, I sense the horn coming up.
Sorry, can't.
Sorry, can't. Alright, we got the horn coming up. Guard nods in your direction. Don't nod at me. I'm not someone you nod to. Alright. Let us go. Let us go to the final battle of Act 1. Actually, there's lots of battles, but look at my Poisonous Snake banner. I give a fuck about Poisonous Snakes. I can't even go to the Scarlet Chorus. Scarlet Chorus have closed off access to the camp following the declaration of war between the two Archons. Did you just say Archons, Josiah? Yes, I did. Going to the Citadel. Horned Omen. It'll take you 9 hours. Wait. This ancient fortress rests within the center of Apex's valley, its ring-shaped wall mimicking the mountains that border the nation. The Citadel has been repaired and, while understaffed, remains a formidable presence in the valley. Look, I've been to this Citadel, okay? Don't tell me that shit is ring-shaped, because it is not ring-shaped. It is fucking rectangular as fuck. Ring-shaped my ass. Alrighty then. Ring-shaped, it says. Horn-shaped.
My superior is just ahead of us. You'll know her as the Iron Marshal.
Why are you acting like the Iron Marshal is some new person to me? Eric has 94 dodge and 80 parry. I have 74 parry. And I use parry for dodge and parry, don't I? Iron Marshal will have instructions for you regarding what is needed to bring down the wall. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Do you know what it is time for?
Yes.
It's spell making time. Because look, we all have 2 extra slots now. So let's see, I have 41 lore. Spectral blur. Restoring touch. Healing wisps. They are some wisps and they do some healing. Ba-na-na-na-na. Dun 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 dun. Titan's touch. Alright, I need new spells. What am I gonna get? Champion's Fortune. Surge of Glory! I don't have enough for Vital Body. Illusion. I could have a False Pit, I could have an Unravel Minds, I could have a Mirror Image. Don't have enough lore for that. Crippling Coil. Touch of a Trophy. A Trophy? Surge of Glory, I'll take it. And Unravel Minds, I'll take it. Alright, then there's Verse. Verse herself. Can she have Healing Wisps? Yes, she can. And can she have... Oh... Titan's Touch? Yes, she can. Alright, Barrack, Bow Barrack, Banana Bow Barrack, Fee 5 Faux Ferric, Barrack. Barrack could have himself some Healing Wispuses. And he could have himself some Spectral Blurs. No, he's already got Spectral Blur. I mean, Vigor, make the duration longer, Titan's Touch. And as for our buddy Lantry, he's got 79 lore. Let's make this a little tougher. Make it a little tougher. Healing Wisps. Make that a little tougher as well. Vital Bode. Let's make that a little better. False Pit. Let's increase the accuracy on that since it never really hits. Intensity. Range. Unravel Minds. Let's increase the accuracy on that. Duration, don't quite have enough. Intensity, don't quite have enough. Unravel Minds. Alright, what other spells do we want for him? How about Crippling Coil? No, that's kind of lame. How about... he's already got that. How about... Mirror Image? Spectral Blur. You know, he could use his own Spectral Blur, actually. Let's get him a Spectral Blur. Increase the time. Increase the range. Increase the accuracy. Increase the intensity. Assign it. And let's give him mirror image, mimage, or how do we feel about Champion's Fortune? Maybe there's another wall further out that is ring-shaped and you've already breached it. Yeah, maybe. Maybe not. When DLC comes out, which character will we play on? I'll do Seraphina first for the DLC. Yeah. Champion's Fortune is kind of Champion's lame. Let's get a Surge of Glory on him. Let's Enrangenate that, and in area of effectinate that. Wait, actually no, let's get duration on that. And... Okay. I think we're all set. Willow the Healing Wisps. That's right, Nox. Alright, we've made some spells. I don't have room on my bar for any of these, basically. Actually... This doesn't need to be on the bar. Alright, what new spells do I have? Titan Spirits. I have Surge of Glory. Oh yeah, I have Unravel Minds. She's got everything on her bar. Bump, 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 bump. He's got everything on his bar. Lantry definitely does not have everything on his bar. He doesn't have Surge of Glory. Or... Spectral Blur. Race the Record, Second Breath. Greater Renewal. Honestly, does he ever even use these things? Because the answer is not really.
Sorry, can't do that.
Surge of Glory, there. Now he's got the spells going. Alright, now that we've respelled ourselves...
I got it.
Time to lighten my step.
Here at Vendrian's Well Citadel. Quick save. Pause the game. And that's going to do it for this episode. So in our next episode, we will talk to the Iron Marshal, and we will begin our assault on Vendrian's Well Citadel. We will kill some Oathbreakers. And then we will betray them. Take this place for ourselves. The first domain of the Barbarian King! Alright, so... You never thought not getting enough bars was an issue back before there were cell phones, much less in the Bronze Age. I don't understand. But, that's it for this episode. If you're watching the stream, I am not done playing, I am not done streaming, but if you are watching on YouTube, that is going to do it for this one. So thanks for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Tyranny, second playthrough.